there's a theme going on with creatives now,
Yeah.
touring, right?
Yeah.
And without it being known, without me even just recognizing it, although I was in one city and I
Yeah.
did 4 episodes, I went from Houston to LA to do the podcast, right? And I said when I went to DMs, I was passing out the latest episode, and I was like, last leg of my tour, last leg of my tour.
Yeah.
How has the touring for you been?
You know, man, I know this sounds cliche, but it's been absolutely phenomenal, man.
Mm,
So I've been on a 9 city book tour.
okay.
Um, and they've all been so different. I've never told the same stories at the book tours. We started in Washington, D.C. They've been
Okay.
different cities, different locations. We did Washington, D.C., Boston in a coffee shop.
Okay.
Um, we did Atlanta at my friend's eatery, a bar and eatery. Um, Gosh, we're doing San Francisco next week. Houston had to bring it home to the H Town. We did that at a great place, Poyton Kitchen over in Sawyer Heights.
Okay.
Dallas was phenomenal. Shout out to Spud. We did it on the rooftop of his condo,
Mm.
which was absolutely amazing. Las Vegas was great. Austin
Mm.
was amazing. I mean, they've all been so different, different locations, different people. The message was different, but the one connecting thread is the connectivity. You know, my parents were at the Dallas one, and I was just so happy to have them there because, like I said, my father's an author, but just to see things come full circle and they've sacrificed so much for me, it was really, even though I'm from Houston, I felt like that was a homecoming as well.
Mm-hmm.
The reception has been so great, but I've just loved, I've loved being able to connect with people and seeing random people walk up and say, I don't know why I was here, but I was here in this message. I needed this. Just and that's happened in every single city we've been in, man.
Mm.
People just walking up, hey, can I connect with you? Can we sit and talk? Can we chat? Can we exchange Instagrams? You know, and just people just want to know, how can I write a book? How can I follow my
Mm.
passions? So to be able to share that, it's never been about selling of the books for me. It's about connecting to people and
Yeah.
helping show people the way how
Yeah.
they can be great.
So let's take it there. And this is something that my wife gave me that I should start incorporating into
Yeah.
the podcast. There's you mentioned your mentees. One of your mentees wakes up one morning and is like, "Hey, Pierre, I don't know how he refers to you,
Yeah.
but he's like, Pierre, I want to write a book
hmm
and I want to become a published author like
hmm
you. How and where are you going to tell him to start?"
So everyone that has asked me that question, I tell them the same thing, or I ask them a question. I ask why. And I always ask why because you want to make sure that your reasons why align with the what. There's a famous phrase in sales. They say people buy from people who they like, and there's a reason why. You buy from people who you can connect with, who you understand. And so I always encourage people, whatever you want to do, whatever your passion project is, figure out what's the why behind that. Because if it's just to get famous and to get rich, that's not that's not sustainable because you have famous and rich people who are not happy. You have to find that intrinsic reason as to why you're pursuing whatever you're pursuing. And if you have that why, and it is, I want to be an author, I want to be published, then it's kind of like what I said yesterday is you have to start. Every single marathon, and I mean every marathon to ever be a marathon that has a finish line, we often look at that 26.2 miles or 26.1 miles, however long it is, and we say, man, that is absolutely phenomenal. Boston Marathon, New York City Marathon, Houston Marathon, that's phenomenal. But the one thing they have in common is every marathon starts with one step. Every person that will cross that finish line, they had to take that first step. So I tell everyone, if you want to write a book, write down your first sentence. Write
Mm.
down your first title,
Mm.
your first chapter. Write down your first purpose for the book. Write down your audience. You have to start with that first step. And once you start with that first step, mix that with inspiration. When you feel inspired, operate in the inspiration. You can't lose. I can't lose. You can't lose. That's my advice.
Jesus, man. Like, damn. Yo, okay. So, I think I'm at a point where I'd like to hear you read something from the book.
Yeah.
If you give us It ain't even got to be
just a nugget.
Before you read that, you have a chapter in the book called "What If" versus "What Is."
I'm already see. Look, man, come on, see that energy, man. You got that energy is serious, man. I'm already there, man. Look, I'm in the mix right now. I said, you know what? I know exactly where I'm going. Off the top.
And the gist of it is that I got from it, and just correct me if I'm wrong, is letting go of that what if. You know what I'm saying? A lot, like you said in the book, and I think I've really feel I'm finna quote you on this. You say that a lot of people spend a lot of times trying to change what they can't change.
Right.